Good morning.
Good morning.
It is a very important week where somebody on this call begins with a first name M, last name Y, almost turns 30.
Oh, good morning.
The last of the 20s. The last of the 20s.
Say bye-bye. Say la vie.
That's right.
It's okay. Soon enough, I'll be the last of the 50s. It's all right. We're going to work together.
One more year.
Right.
Woo. Well, it is a lot of good things. The same of radiation. She finished the first week. Fired up about that. So she's doing good. We just got through doing a little walk too, Jeff. And
I'm coming home from the gym.
There you go. I know you texted me early this morning. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude. It's the new Jeff.
We got to do.
Getting fired up, baby.
That's amazing. You at South Store?
No, I'm at World Gym by my house.
Good idea. You got to make it convenient for you.
It's 5 minutes away. It's pretty hard
Nice.
to come up with an excuse. Oh, it's too far. No, it's open 24 hours too.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It's hard to
The only
make
thing that's closed is you.
that's right. You know, it's the excuses are closed is what's closed because there ain't none. Okay. I can't think of one anyway.
That's good.
I'm them.
Well, just don't get hurt, man. That's all I'm saying. Just take it easy. You build up. You know, you had an age, you just can't go out there and say, "I want to do it."
No, I've been going at it here for a couple months, so I am taking it easy. Very easy to get injured when you're over 50.
Yeah, and it don't heal as fast either.
No, it doesn't. So Michelle's doing
sharp shirt.
Michelle's powering through her last week.
Yep. She got we got this week and then Monday and Tuesday of next week. Then we should be done.
Well, you guys hang tough. We'll be praying for you. I know she's got it.
Oh yeah, she's feeling better. Having to watch her. She said she was walking around here yesterday with her ankle bracelets on. I said, honey, that's not ankle bracelets. That's ankle weights. Ankle bracelets are when you're in this other kind of system. You know, but hey, she's not on here to defend herself yet. So
no, and you know what? If you can convince yourself that ankle weights are ankle bracelets, then more power to you.
It works. Just gotta take them out to the club. You know.
All right, I'm gonna go try to get gas. I'm listening.
All right, get some gas. Johnny, how you doing this morning, man?
Good. How are you?
You're looking sharp, like you're ready to rock and roll there.
I am ready. I was making some coffee, reading a little bit, you know. It's a good day.
Excellent. Beverly, looking good this morning. I love that picture behind you.
Thank you. Someday I'll really see the real one. Hi, Gabe.
Okay, well, in the meantime, you can pop over to Vegas and see the fake one.
Oh, okay.
We got a fake one in Vegas.
Hey guys,
it's not the same. Hey Gabe, it's not the same as the one in the real one, but you can go up an elevator, get up on top. It's all good. Juanita, how you doing this morning?
I'm here.
Well,
hello,
hey, that's
everybody.
Good. I think we all have those days where, like, I'm just here, man.
Love that hair, Michelle.
Hair, Michelle.
That was so cute.
What's that?
Up.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
Whew.
Long wig.
Yeah.
Sherry, we were discussing this morning the merits of humidity. And in Houston, it is high humidity. Whew, it's a lot.
What do you mean merits? There is no positives, okay? Except as a test of perseverance.
That's
looking
right,
on the
man.
bright side, Jeff. Looking on the bright side.
You just got to start early here. Just don't be out there in the middle of the day. It gets crazy.
We get used
Well,
to
I guess if we have to be positive, you can say you need less skin lotion in Houston, Texas. Okay, skin doesn't dry out very often.
Organic perspiration is what I call it. Just come natural. Well, we'll get started here. I just had one thing to say, then we kind of go around the table and see where everybody's at on their goals and what they're shooting for this week. I'd like to hear about them. We're a couple weeks away. A couple weeks. The fifth group event. I know not everybody was there, but I think each of these events, each of these time frames, even if you're not physically there, you just got to be mentally there and go like, okay, what are my goals? Reset. I think we all need to do that every 90 days. Kind of reset what we're thinking, and what are we really striving for? And I think one of the things that going through all the cancer, I've both read a lot and I've not read a lot, kind of thing, and I've also listened to podcasts and not listened to a lot. But yesterday, I popped on one, but with Gary V. And Gary V, he cusses. So if that offends you, don't listen to him. I'll give you the summary of it. But he's from the Upper East Coast. It's just how he talks. He's just like, this is me. It just flows. And not in a bad way. But he started. His dad had a wine store or a liquor store, and he was one of the first people to put wine sales online. And from that, he's learned how to do digital marketing. And he spends a lot of his time these days just teaching. He's got his own digital marketing agency and teaching to it. But he said something yesterday that just like struck me, and we're all of a age where we I think when you're young, when you're 5 and 7 years old, like I think most of us will identify with the Sears Roebuck catalog, where you get that out and you pick all the things that you wanted in life, and you just didn't have anything restricting your mind. And as you get older, your mind gets more restricted in what you think you can or can't do. But he had something said to me yesterday this resonated with me, and I'll just use the basic phrase. Basically, if you've been awesome once, you're awesome. Never take that away. If you ever thought that to yourself, I am awesome at what I'm doing, I am awesome at this, and once you've experienced that, like he says, it's in you. What other people tend to do is try and take that away from you to control you. And in life, especially as mid 50s and soon to be almost at the end of her 20s, Megan, you go through these cycles where you start to doubt, you start to unbelieve what you've always known, which is inside. And I say that because, especially if you're starting this business and it's new to you, just remember, and Jonathan says this all the time, you just got to put in the work. The activity will ultimately generate results. Right? It doesn't matter. We don't say good activity, bad activity, because activity is activity, right? And that's why we say you report your numbers every week, because it's showing your activity. You go, well, I didn't make any sales this week. It's okay. But, show that, just let us know that you showed up at the practice field. Let us know that you showed up at the game. I made these dials. I made contacts. And just like anything, is find people who do believe in you and let them help develop you and support you, right? And, sometimes you all have to be reminded of that, because certainly over the years, I've been on my cycles where I thought I was really good at what I was doing. I thought I was really, awesome at what I was doing. Then I had a lot of doubt, like, am I really good enough? Or, do I really know what I'm saying? And certainly in the IT world, that I spent most of my career in, you get a lot of those things where it's like you step into something and oops, you broke it instead of fixed it, but hey, I fixed it back, as long as you stay ahead of the game, you're a champion in IT. That's what I like to say. Right. So, just know that in your heart, that you're awesome. You are on purpose. You are here with us because you want to help other people, and we're just on a mission to try and find them. And that's all you're doing when you're making phone calls, doing text, telling people at the gas station, telling people at the restaurant. You're just checking to see if they're looking for what we're doing or what we got. That's what you got to remember. Anyway, that's my little spiel for this morning. I'm gonna let Megan or Michelle do some talking, or Jonathan do some talking. Y'all take over. I'm kind of done. I thought that was good. I'm awesome.
You are awesome. Everybody's awesome. You got to believe that first before you can become it, right? And doubt is a real thing. That doubt, anxiety, all that stuff is so real that we all experience, right? So we have to remind ourselves self-talk into a different feeling sometimes. That's why, we get around people that lift us up, and that can talk life into us and choose to continue to get better. It's just choice. I thought it was funny. We were watching throughout the years, like I've being around the life insurance industry, I've heard some people talk about the movie Groundhog Day a few times. And it says, has anybody ever seen that movie? Because I could confidently say prior to this weekend, I had never actually watched the movie. And I still can't confidently say that because I fell asleep through half of the movie when we watched it on Friday night. But the parts, because it's so repetitive, right? I did see what the general idea of the movie was. And man, it was so funny. I just keep thinking about what Ned Ryerson kept running up to what's his face, the other guy, the weatherman, and just kept talking about how he was a life insurance agent and hey, single premium might be really great for you. And it just made me laugh. And there's those stereotypical like life insurance salesman, right? And I think that he was playing to that, or he was just really fired up about what he did. And there's nothing wrong with either one. Like there's nothing wrong with being that type, being who you are, right? Like there's nothing wrong with being who you are in that environment, whether it is selling life insurance or whether it is doing whatever. Just do your thing, but do your thing well, right? Because people always want you. Craig Groeschel says this a lot. People, what does he say? Now I just left my mind. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? People want to follow a leader who's doesn't have to always be right, but who's always real. And just be yourself. Like I can see Jeff really wanting to say something about Groundhog Day, but I can see you're like laughing over there. But anyway, it just made me laugh and made me think about that. And as I'm also this weekend finishing up my my continuing education, it just the combination of Groundhog Day and my continuing ed was just making me laugh because this business can be so technical, but it's more about relationship and being who you are over the technicality. Like you can't learn how to do brain surgery until you practice it, right? Like there's so much to the technical side that you don't even need to know. All you need to know is who can I help and how can I help them? Right?
Did I tell you the story of my first bone marrow biopsy?
No.
At UTMB, where there was 3 people there. One of them was a fellow and doing it for the first time with the instructions and with a lady who knew how to do it. And I was scared out of my mind. That's the same thing that we do. We help you with your first sales. We're there for you. We're the senior underwriter. We're the specialist. You don't have to know it. He was sitting there reading the instructions, and that is the truth.
He said he'd done it before. We just don't know if he's done it before in a real person or how many times he did it before.
Hey, but he got it done.
That's the truth. Every single appointment is a step in the right direction, no matter the result. I'm just telling you all that. It's
MD Anderson is a learning hospital too. They still have fellows that are walking around with my leukemia doctor. And when my doctor sits down with me, he doesn't go over the technicality. He draws a picture for me and explains it very simply. even though he's a really smart man. Underneath it all, he knows it all, but he makes it simple.
Yeah, right. Because if you overcomplicate it, right, it gets overcomplicated. People just want to know that you have the product that can fix their solution, and have the confidence that you do, because we really do have all the products. So yeah, if you've never seen Groundhog Day, you should go and watch it. Maybe I'll finish.
I got to throw in my Groundhog Day comment. So Bill Murray has an infinite number of days to figure out how to deal with the life insurance salesman, right? And at one point, he just does a running, flying, roundhouse punch to the face to the guy. Doesn't even say anything. And I'm sure that's how some of our clients probably feel. But at the end of the movie, when he's, kind of matured and developed as a person, instead of trying to run the life insurance guy off, he pretends he's gay and tries to get a room with him. And he ran the life insurance agent off. But really, there's a lesson there, okay? And it's not to follow that example.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
You get more flies with sugar than you do with vinegar, okay? So just keep that in mind. But,
I was thinking about doing that to a girl the other day that I met, but she was like one of those. No, actually, but that never mind. Just forget what I was about to say.
You're a psycho. You can say it.
It's okay, gang.
No.
It's okay.
He said abort.
Okay, look. She had a boyfriend. Was one of the other days. She wasn't like engaged or anything, but she was like one of those like super beautiful girls where I was like, man, and I want to get her information or Snap or something, or maybe I could do business with her. Maybe we could be friends and see how. I don't know who knows how long that will last. Her and her boyfriend. So I was gonna be like, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I have a boyfriend. I was thinking to myself afterwards. I was like, man, I should have said like, oh, well, I'm gay, so no worries, and then I could have got her information and then who knows if they're broken up in like 2 weeks or like a month, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I wasn't really gay.
as a single guy,
That's what you call thinking, Gabe. That's what
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, dang, that's a good idea.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
That's right.
Look, as a single guy, have the best line in the history of lines is you can approach any woman and, be like, you know what, man, we really need some help. And you look like the type of person that likes to help people, and so, hiring gives you an opportunity to talk to anybody, because no one can get mad at you if you're offering them a job.
That's right. A big future.
And just do it with compliments, and now you've got a reason to approach and talk to any woman you come across.
And even some of my best friends from like even high school guys, I still talk to them and I go, I know you love helping people. I really think you would be good at this. I really would love to work with you. When you just say those words, I would love to work with you. That's a compliment to people.
Yeah.
It makes them feel special. And I'm getting some of my old high school friends back in the business because I believe in them, and that helps them believe in themselves,
Right. So every morning I'm reading a motivational book. It's called Hope. And today it said, we all have talents that God gave us that we all need to reach inside and grow and stretch so we can all improve. We all have it in us to be successful.
Yes, Beverly.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Me too. I try to read the positives in the morning, and it helps the day roll wonderfully.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
It's how we start it, and it's how you start. You got to start positive. That's why this call, y'all. I don't know. We used to do this call at like 6:30 in the morning every day of the week. And
man,
and y'all laugh. We had people that were on it. We did that like for 2 years. Yeah. Now we're
still are.
Michelle's about to get crazy again because she's
That's right.
Yeah. I gotta watch out when she changes her hair again.
Yeah.
I like this one really well. My mom used to have a wig shop. I could have gone crazy and gone shopping for you if it was still open.
Love it. Well,
to talk about their week or have anything that they wanted to share? A big win.
I'm going to stretch and grow.
Sorry, what?
I'm going to stretch and grow and improve my knowledge, just better myself.
Well, guys, I wrote, I think 4 or 5 referrals this week out of 9 applications. And it was only because I asked, and it was only because I did a good job for the customer. And asked them about their family, asked them if they needed coverage. Asking for those referrals is really what it's about. Once you get a customer, once you have a customer.
That's great.
And look, there's a lot of good things happening in the group. I'm looking at the numbers here, Megan, and like y'all are already like last month. Y'all like, we're gonna make the 25,000. We're getting really close, and like y'all already are practically there now. And like Juanita's leading the charge in your group with with almost $5,000 issued. It's like a snowball, guys. It really is. You just got to start, and it's okay to say, look, this is what I'm going to do this week, and then come back and next week, this is what I'm going to do this week, and just keep telling you what you're going to be doing this week. A lot of folks go, well, you'll hear it even on the sales meeting. They'll go like, last week wasn't so good. No, it was great, because it's over, right? It's here's what I accomplished last week, and here's what I'm doing this week, and that's the mindset to me. I'm just I'm looking at some of these numbers here and just really excited about what I'm seeing starting to pop up.
Well, some weeks you're preparing, you're accumulating knowledge, the skill to be prepared for that appointment that's in front of you in the future. Because if you showed up unprepared to an appointment that could be, a $400,000, $500,000 annuity or $600 a month premium, and you've never messed one up before, and you never lost a deal before by just trying, you may show up to that appointment not really mentally or even physically, like actually know how to write the business when you're there. So sometimes you're like some weeks, even though they feel like you're not accomplishing because that's emotional, like it feels emotional because we have this goal, this number we're trying to hit. We have to look at it from the perspective of what did I accomplish? Well, I gained this week. I learned from this. And next time I run into that situation, I'll be better for it. Repetition is the key to how you're going to have that consistent success. And like Juanita, for example, she's been consistent for a while. Like, Juanita every week sends in her transmittal, every week tracks her sales activity and her recruiting activity. And because she's been so consistent, she's learned things along the way, and now she's getting more confident and her numbers are going up more consistently. Like, I just be on the sales call tomorrow because I know for a fact that there is going to be a lot of really high numbers on the call tomorrow. And you're going to want to hear the stories so that you can pick up from those stories and hear what happened this week to us. So when you run into a situation or whoever is in the top 5, when you run into a situation where that might be relevant to you or to your client, you are more mentally and emotionally and physically prepared for it because you've heard about it from another agent and how they either overcame it or completed the deal, right? So.
And hey, I've been really impressed this last week with, I've been watching, and everybody who's like, hey, I'm going to be dialing. Anybody else want to dial with me? Can we jump on a Zoom? That Zoom is always open and available for just do it, and there's a lot of times just the dynamics of having people to do it. And then this last week we did interesting because with Zoom we can do rooms, and we actually had, Michelle was doing a Medicare enrollment, and so we kind of split her off into her own room. Jonathan kept on dialing, and Gabe joined in, and and so we're going to start doing some of those things too to help continue to nurture, how we grow. And it's part of just being together, being with each other. Yeah. And that's a good point. Like if you are dialing, or, we always make it available for anybody and everybody to jump on Thursdays. But if you want that, Zoom is open for you to use and to get other people around, because it is more fun to do with other people. But yeah.
Before we get off, I just want to mention that I sent a couple of people Adam Johnson's virtual phone training. And if you haven't listened to it and you're wanting to do virtual, please listen to that. Well, it's also on the boot camp. If you've watched the boot camp, that Adam's training is on the boot camp. So there's a lot of training. You can go back and rewatch the stuff on the boot camp as many times as you need. So it's on there too.
Awesome.
Or if you just need to learn process again. Sometimes we all need to be reminded, like, crap, I feel like my presentation this week was weird. Something about it was weird. I need to check it, and you can go back and watch it. You can go back and watch, and you can call somebody and say, hey, I just feel like something was obviously goofy, because I was getting goofy responses. So here's what I said. How can I fix it? What's up, Jonathan?
Yeah, I was just going to agree with what you're saying about, and I'll share more on the sales meeting, but really just focusing on the relationship when you're meeting with someone instead of it's, the other things like the sale, even the presentation. Right. But then just having a conversation to make sure that you're not saying something, or, you know what I mean?
Right. We're not perfect. You're not perfect.
Right.
Sometimes we all let a little goofiness come out of our mouth,
Right. But focusing on the relationship being the most important. Like, right. I switched a lot of stuff this week back to that, and it really does work. Like, do you need to guide people? Yeah. But the most important thing is that you're forming some type of relationship with them in a brief period of time first. And then, you know what I mean? Because they know why they filled their request out. Anyways, I'll talk more
sure
about it.
Be in the top 5 tomorrow, Jonathan, but I just want to share one of your situations. He had this lead that he had been calling for, I don't know how long he'd been calling it, but they blocked. He's got 3 different numbers that he calls from: his cell phone, his sideline, and his line 2, which is his old phone number from East Texas. And this lady had blocked all 3 of his numbers. Why? Because he's freaking persistent. And she recognized the numbers and had eventually blocked all 3 of them. Well, he was like, hey, give me your phone, Megan. I'm going to call from your number. So he calls from my phone. She answers. He books the appointment. And it was one of the biggest sales that he had for the week. So don't give up. Keep on persisting. People need your help. They just don't know how you can help them. And then nobody wants to be sold. They just need to be helped. So keep on with the good fight. And with that, tomorrow is Tuesday. So transmittals are due today. If you're on the Yankee team, please send them to me. I will send you an email later today with all the instructions on how to properly save your applications and send in your transmittals. And then if you are on AG, Alleman Group, send over to them.
Yeah, I'll send you an email on how to do it.
Oh, no wonder.
All righty. Well, you guys have
good.
Thank
We'll see
y'all.
you tomorrow on the same call.
Thanks, Savannah. Glad you made it.
Good luck this week.
Good luck.
Sherry.
All right. Good luck this week, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Take care.